Hi, I'm Ma, and I am going to be live vlogging my read of The Names by Florence Knapp, which was the winner of the Indie Book Awards Prize for Fiction. Hi. So I'm a quarter of the way through, and I'm pleasantly surprised how much I'm enjoying it. Um, I mean, there are some dark topics in here, and definitely consider checking content notes before you start reading this book. But I'm finding it well written, and I'm finding it well written and interesting. I think it's actually really good that I've ended up reading this when I wouldn't have picked it up otherwise, because I used to read like literary or like prize winning novels a lot. I mostly used to read this type of book, non-fiction and crime fiction, before I did Hercule too, which massively broadened my horizons, and now I pretty much read all genres. Um, but lately I've been put off literary fiction or the sort of prize winning books that I used to read a lot because they can be kind of a downer. And I've needed more comforting books, but the experience of reading this so far has really affirmed how good it is to keep variety across all genres and how much I enjoy that now that I have it. Hi. So I am at 47%, so I'm about halfway through. I'm still really enjoying this book. I'm surprised how much of an easy read I'm finding it. As I said, I think my expectation was of more of a sort of flowery literary novel or something really dense and heavy. The topics are definitely heavy, but the prose is really easy to follow. The only partial difficulty I'm sometimes having is keeping all the names of the characters straight. So there have been some times when I realized we were talking about Maya when I'd been thinking we were talking about Cora for the last few paragraphs. Whoops. I can see what other people mean about some of the impacts of a name or a relationship or a decision being somewhat unrealistic or tropey. I guess it's more of a thought experiment than a realistic argument that names or reactions to names are our destiny, but we'll see how I feel about that going forward. I chose my own name, so it's really interesting from that perspective for me. Hello. I am now 70% of the way through, so I think I'm going to finish this book today. And I am enjoying learning more about the children's lives, but this part just doesn't seem as in depth as some of the earlier parts of the book. Perhaps I feel that just as we're connecting with a character's storyline, we switch to another version of that character or jump forward in time, and that stops me like connecting with it or having as much depth. But we'll see. We'll see how the ending goes. Okay, so I finished. I think I finished. I did not understand the ending. They kind of lost me there. I think I need to reread the ending. Probably just because of being distracted by children, but I'm a little bit disappointed. I think I'm going to give the ending another shot. Okay, I have finished this book. I've reread the ending and I get it now, but I'm still a little bit disappointed. I didn't like it. Um, yeah, a bit disappointed, but really glad to have enjoyed it most of the way through, and I am glad I read it. I think I'm going to give it a 4 overall. Like, it is a 4 overall. It feels like a 3 here at the end, but it is a 4 out of 5 stars for me. And I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. So that's why I really love setting myself a little challenge or joining in with challenges or joining book groups, because then I read stuff I wouldn't have read otherwise, and sometimes it's really interesting. Thanks for joining me while I read the names. I'll be back soon with a spreadsheet tour for her